Hey guys, just wanted to share some thoughts that I was having with my community. Really, these are thoughts of a father that's trying to figure it out, but also a coach that teaches strength, not just physically, but mentally. It's something that I try to impart on my kids, obviously. And, very often I get questioned like, why are how your kids are so confident? It almost comes off, maybe people think like that's just genetic, and maybe it is, but my 2 cents, if I may, is that what I believe, and I put a lot of effort into this from the day, from before my kids were born. I thought about this, and since the day my first was born, I made a concerted effort to make sure that my kids, one, know without a shadow of a doubt that they are loved and they are important. I think that goes a huge way. I have read about studies where if children are not picked up and hugged, that there can be failure to thrive just based off of not being picked up, because based on the fact that infants thrive off of oxytocin, it helps them grow, helps their brain develop. So really, from a scientific perspective, that made me approach what probably is already a natural, that I want to hold my kid and want to have body contact with my kids, my children, my babies, to make a concerted effort to make sure that in the beginning, especially when they were first born, to make sure that I'm holding them. So I particularly, and my wife as well, we didn't go the route of, trying to separate them early to make things easier for us. And, to each their own. I'm not here to preach about what's right or what's wrong, because I don't know. But I will say that my efforts seem to have been working out very well for me, in that I feel like holding my kids close, co-sleeping with my kids as well, has, I believe, may have led to some of their one, development. That my firstborn has been reading since he was 3, for example. All of them show very cognitive alertness and aptitude to pick things up quickly. And maybe that's genetic, and maybe that's a combination of two. It's called epigenetics, when you kind of hone in on genetic abilities that may already be there. But I do believe, and even in my own life, and I think about this, I want to share this because I think it's a big thing, is most people who know me will say I'm confident, which is true to an extent. I mean, I have my insecurities, of course, like everyone else, but for the most part, I'm confident. I'm not someone you can bully, not because of my physical strength or anything like that, and it's always been the case. And I do believe that when you believe that you're valuable, it's very hard to let someone bully you. It's probably a combination of more things than that. But in my own life, even if someone is bigger than me or has the advantage, or if there's 10 people trying to bully me, I just have never been okay with accepting that, you can do whatever you want, or take advantage of me. I just don't think that you should be allowed to do that to the child of my mother and my father, who believe that I'm so precious. It's not happening. And I hope that by my kids feeling love and feeling valuable and important, because they're so important to me. This is the truth. I have no reason to tell you guys a lie. I do believe they know that. And I ask them all the time, and it's very evident that they know beyond a shadow of a doubt that with all the work and ambition I have, that they are more important than anything in this world to me. And I think I believe that goes into their confidence. So I'm just, speaking to parents, and speaking to, even to look at our own lives and why we may lack confidence. Maybe we didn't get that or feel that. I do believe that in your life, you can start to create that for yourself. Start building value in yourself. Start, self-talk in the mirror, being your own. We are our own parents. Once we become an adult, we have to take over for ourselves and speak positive into our own spirits. But in the beginning, as a parent, I do believe that our voice will be the beginning of their confidence, or the opposite. So I do believe in physical love, oxytocin, which is the hormone that is given from physical touch, the love drug, if you will. I do believe in spending time and also affirming that your child is important to you. I do believe in words of encouragement and speaking value into them. There's a thin line. I think everything is nuanced. I don't think you want to give participation trophies, for example, but there is a level of teaching your kid that you're a winner before they've even won anything. I believe that. I believe that being a winner is a mentality. So there's a balance, and my kids are going through it right now. They want to win everything, and I think it's a very common thing. And sometimes they have to learn to lose, and because that's part of life as well. Learn to make mistakes, learn to fail, and how to deal with that. And there's nothing we can really do to substitute that. They just have to go through it. But I think us being there as parents, being able to coach them through that and tell them that doesn't mean you're not a winner. Every winner you know has been through probably more losses than the people you think. The people are not as big of a winner, right? The GOATs of the world, the greatest of all times, the people who have achieved high have failed more than the average human. So, making sure that they go through the feeling, understand the feeling, and, realize that failure is a part of success. And whatever success, and also, empowering them to do what they want to do. I'm very human, and sometimes I want them to. I have visions of what they can be, but that doesn't mean that they should be living my dream. And at the same time, when they're very young, and it is our job to guide them and impart something on them. You can't let them be empty slates and let the world parent your kids. If you do nothing, then they're really blowing in the wind. So I do believe that as parents, we do want to at least try to impart our value system on them, and not just allow school systems and the neighbors and everything and people and friends start to have more say on their developing minds, especially at a young age. So just some thoughts about confidence, about strength. And I do, as much as I believe in being strong and fighting for yourself, whether physically or verbally or in action, in other actionable ways, I do believe that strength does come from vulnerability. Strength does come from love. Strength does, in fact, in my strong opinion, I would say, I believe that it's a fact that hugs make people stronger, especially a child. I know even in my own life, when I come home and feel loved, I feel stronger when I go out in the world to do business. Someone doesn't like me, I don't care, because my wife and my kids love me. So I'm sure for a kid, it's probably even more true. It's very hard to bully a kid who knows at home that they're a big deal in the house, right? You tell them they're not a big deal in a classroom means, okay, that's not going to be the end all be all for them, because the end all be all should be at home, in my opinion, the base, the foundation. So anyway, just thoughts of a father trying to figure it out, and a coach that has a life dedicated to trying to help people be stronger and empowering people. Really a lot of all over the place, just thoughts, not really just food for thought, is what this is. So let's have a conversation about it in the comments if you're interested in delving deeper. Have a good one, guys. Peace. Love you.